where does the money come from? How do you finance all this?
It's hard. It's very hard. We began this project differently than all the other NGOs. Normally NGOs are sitting in London. They write a concept, then from London they don't even go, or from Frankfurt or wherever they sit, then they apply at the European Commission and then they get the money. But they have not even been at the place. With us it was exactly the different. The way around. We were in Jenin, we didn't have money. We said, okay, we don't accept money, we help. This is a social, like a social year for me. And building up this whole thing without salaries for the people from Germany. This we did until now. It was hard, but in the beginning it was very hard to fundraise this project. But then the German government came in, and what happened, they came in with trust. There was someone who believed in us, and it's all the time like that. If someone believes in you, so you can give the trust back. So we didn't have to apply in a very bureaucratic way. We applied normally, and we so far got from the German government 300,000 euros to renovate this. So it's like 330,000 right now. This is a lot of money for people who are not even an NGO. With this trust we could persuade a lot of companies like the Bavaria, like Air Berlin, like Kodak, like Arte, like, I don't know, the whole range of production companies. MAN is in. A lot of private people. All the money came from Germany. That's a wonderful thing for me, because I saw that in Germany there is, you can create something like a vision. No money came from the Arab world. Now, when the cinema is more finished, now the Arab world is coming, because they have more problems in trusting in a vision, in something which is not there. So this is how we fundraised, and we could fundraise like 600,000–700,000 euros in 1 year, which is a lot. For the cinema, we have an open air cinema in the back. We have a guest house that people can travel, then can come to Jenin, that they can meet, and we have an office building on the other side, where we're building now a synchronization studio. So the aim is to make a little small media square in Jenin, and not to make a university or something like that. That's too much. No, give these people the art of synchronization, the art of producing, the art of editing. Give them a skill that they are able, and film is so wonderful because it has no borders. I mean, if you subtitle a film, you can send it through the internet to all over the world. We saw very fast that we can't. There's no sustainability strategy in Jenin. You can't make money or sustain the cinema with 5 shekels, with €1. So we saw immediately, or with the cafeteria by buying the coffee too expensive. This is not the way how we can finance the cinema. No, the only way how we can finance the cinema is
give people the job.
Yeah, very easy, very easy. Give them the art of a skill, and then you can get money from the Arab world when you are synchronizing for them, or when you are distributing films to them, or when you make commercials for them, or for Coca-Cola, or in Palestine for the big companies. Just that you can't do it if you don't reach the people. That's why we have such a low ticket price, like 5 shekels. There's another cinema in Ramallah, they take 25 shekels, it's €5. You know, only
That's
a certain
money.
Society, a certain people can go.
Yeah.
And we want this cinema for everybody. And we want to show not only blockbusters. We want to show blockbusters, it's important. But with the blockbusters, especially we want to show good films. And this is also the intention which comes from there. They want good films. They don't want to be spoiled.
What is a good film?
A good film is a film or a documentary or a fiction film or a family film where you can see that there's passion in it, where you can see that the one who made it
The
made
heart, you can see
exactly, and not for just money making, and there's a lot of good films who are so good that actually they should be blockbusters, and I think the audience just doesn't know that these films are blockbusters. Exists. The problem is the division between art house cinema and the blockbuster. I think this is a problem because because there's too much films in the art house section which would be blockbusters, but nobody knows it. And this we want to change. This was one of our ideas we want to change because we have the contact to the people. And if something would happen that we show good films, which are in Europe or the US not seen by the audience, and when here in Jenin people come en masse to see these films, two things will happen. First of all, the world will say, what? Are they really curious? Are they really, we thought they're just terrorists, they have nothing to do with culture, and suddenly they go to see en masse films which are not running in Europe. And the second thing you can say, okay, trust in your audience. Begin to trust in your people. Then you will get them. So trust, I think it's the main topic with Cinema Jenin. It's all about trust. Give trust. Step back. Give the other a chance by stepping back yourself. That's what Ismail did. And this is what a whole city has to do. If a whole city, if we can persuade the city.
How big is the city?
70,000. That's why it's so good, because it's not Ramallah, it's not Nablus.
Yeah.
It's only 70,000 people, and there's several figures in this town who are important. If you can persuade these people with the story which happened in Jenin with Ismail, that the whole city gives a hand, is the smarter. So says, okay, this time we will step back, and we will do something even if the occupation army is still in Jenin, in the West Bank. We are the smarter now. You can't imagine how much the world will be in sympathy with with such a thing. So our aim is to come together, to stick together. First, Palestinians and internationals, and then with Jenin, and then and what happened? For example, we got a phone call from an established film school, the Sam Spiegel Film School in Jerusalem. It's not a left-wing film school. It's a film school from the establishment. And Fakhri Hamad and the director from the film school, they met each other at the Cinema for Peace gala where we won the Cinema for Peace award in Berlin. And they got along with each other, almost like a friendship. And they were there in Jenin, and they spent the night.
The Israelis.
The Israelis. Happened the first time. It's seldom that someone dares to come to Jenin. And now we got a phone call from the director that he says, can I come the 16th of April with 60 students to Jenin?
It's a step.
That means they trust now in us, in Cinema Jenin, in the city. If this would happen, if the city would accept, this is a step, because this is then a city. Then a city takes care that nothing happens with 60 Israeli coming to Jenin.
What do you mean when you say this, if the city accepts?
Yeah, the city, the important people in the city have to be behind this decision. This means that the whole city gives the hand, not only one person. This means a lot. Then there is no hero anymore. Then it's people. And this makes a big difference.